Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Magic Wand and welcome back if you happen to be returning. Today I will be doing a flip through and one card reading of the Mystic Forest Tarot cards. And this little deck was self-published by Tiffany, and I will include the information in the description box below. I believe the deck was published in 2024, but I'm not sure. In any case, it is a regular tarot deck of 78 cards, and it comes in this little tuck box, which looks like this. There isn't much information on the box itself. It's very plain. And there's just a plain white inside for the box. So this deck does not come with a guidebook. It does include a QR code to download a very generic guidebook if you were interested in doing so. It comes with the deck. But otherwise, there is no guidebook, so we'll just get right into the cards. And these are the cards. This is the back of the card, quite a pretty image. And the cardstock is a somewhat glossy. It is on the thinner side, I have to say. And it does bend and return quite well. Size-wise, it is very close to, if not identical to, it is identical to a traditional plaid back tarot card. Okay, so the cards are in order today, and they are somewhat Rider-Waite based in terms of the naming of the cards, but the images are quite different. Although there are some symbols in the cards themselves which may be similar to the original Rider-Waite deck, but they are quite different. Okay, so we begin with the Fool, and the cards are not the cards are borderless. They don't have a border, and they include the number and the name of the card. So the first card is the Fool. And I just really like the imagery in this deck. It's soft and somewhat, it reminds me of a bit of a fairy tale setting. And I kind of like that. It's soft and gentle, and as the name implies, the setting is a forest, so very pretty. The Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor. And I like scenes in images, and this one obviously has a scene as he's looking out the window and he has his castle off in the distance there. The Hierophant, and the Lovers, the Chariot. I love this Chariot card. Strength. This is a very different Strength card. Traditionally there's a lion in the image, but this one does not have the lion. The Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance. That's a beautiful Temperance card. The Devil. Not a very scary devil, but I guess temptation is implied in this regard. The Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun. And this card is called The Last Judgment, which is a bit of a change of wording. And the last card of the Major Arcana, the World, which is the same image on the cover of the little tuck box. I'm just going to move this over here, sorry. There we go. Okay, now we're into the suit of swords. Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, Three of Swords, Four of Swords, Five of Swords, Six of Swords, Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, 10 of Swords, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, and King of Swords. And now Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. I like this card for some reason. Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and Wands. Ace of Wands, Two of Wands. I really like this image. There's the image of a globe, perhaps the world. I'm not too sure, I can't tell, but some kind of sphere in any case. Three of Wands, Four of Wands, Five of Wands, Six of Wands, Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands, 10 of Wands, Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, and King of Wands. And now Cups. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Three of Cups, Four of Cups, Five of Cups, Six of Cups, Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups, Nine of Cups, 10 of Cups, Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the last card, King of Cups. Okay, so those are all the cards, and I will go ahead and shuffle for a one-card reading for you today. And as I shuffle, I simply ask that you perhaps consider this to be a timeless reading for yourself today, so that anytime you come across this video, the card drawn may have significance for you at this point in time in your life. And I simply ask that you use your intuition to discern if the card drawn does have significance for you at this point in time. And I'll go ahead and ask Spirit to please guide my hand for a message for you. Can I have a message, please, for the person who is viewing at this point in time? Oh, okay. Well, this card, interestingly, is the Five of Cups. So just to remind you of the traditional Rider-Waite image, it typically depicts a person standing, looking down at three cups that have fallen over and two cups that are upright, which is basically portrayed in this image of this card here. So there's the implication of perhaps disappointment or feeling regretful and not quite being able to appreciate what still remains as good and upright in your life. So upright being the cups that are still filled with something good in your life. So this card reminds you to focus on what you do have that remains as good in your life. You can find perhaps two things as represented in the card with the two upright cups. to jot down and remind yourself that despite the disappointment, if you take the time to think about it, you do still have at least two things in your life, and that can still bring you some sense of satisfaction and perhaps even some sense of gratitude. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care and have a great day. Bye for now.